Hey everybody, Happy New Year. So I'm trying something new. I'm going to actually show my face in this video. Hello, this is me. Everybody's going around doing their great top 10s of 2021 videos, and I wanted to try something a little different that's maybe a little more in my wheelhouse. I wanted to show you some books that I think you might have missed that you should really check out from 2021. So this is my top 3 books that you may have missed in 2021. All right, first up, we have Faster from Jesse Lonergan. Jesse Lonergan is a cartoonist that I think is probably one of my favorite cartoonists working right now. So, calling him a cartoonist, that means, of course, that he writes and draws the books. He had a great book called Hedra that came out a few years ago. And this book, Faster, is just another feather in his cap. It's about race car drivers. And I think one of the most impressive things about it is that he is able to convey speed and energy in his layouts. I'll definitely put up some images so that you can see these layouts, but he's just so creative in his layouts, his use of grids. He uses these like 12, 16 panel grids, so very intense, rhythmic images that he creates. This is a small risograph comic, so you can see it's a little bit, it's like a mini comic size, like maybe half the size of sort of your regular comics. And actually, all 3 of the books I'm talking about are a little smaller format. It's risograph printed. It comes from Bulgilhan Press. It's a small Brooklyn publisher. And yeah, I definitely encourage you to check this out. You might be able to find this at your LCS. If not, I'm going to have the link down in the description below so that you can order this and check it out. It's a really fun book, and I think you'll like it. All right, next up is a book called Marth Valesi. I hope I'm saying that right. I think those words, I'm just not familiar with them. I don't know if they're invented words. The creator of this book, EPHK, another writer artist, is, I believe, a German creator. I can't really find much about them. This book was actually published through Image Comics. You can see it right there. Image has bios on their website. Unfortunately, EPHK's bio is blank with also no photo. But this is just a beautiful book. The artwork is amazing. It's a little sci-fi story of some starfighter pilots crash landing on a planet and one pursuing the other. If you look into EPHK further, you might find that they do some more naughty images. So just be aware of that. If that's not something you're into, maybe avoid that. I think this, there's maybe a little cheesecakey in here, but nothing I think too out of scope. But maybe beware for if you're under 18 or if you have kids that might be interested in this book. Just check it out first. But just beautiful artwork, really fun, action-packed. Also, another bit of this that I think is fascinating, which I'll put up images of this, but you can see in the word balloons, they're not using words or a language, at least that I'm familiar with. I believe it's an invented language that is being put in the word balloons. So it really creates this alien atmosphere. Also, most of the characters lack faces. But yeah, the energy of their artwork, the coloring, everything about it is just a really fun book, and you might have missed it because it's a little tiny small format book that might have been hidden on the shelves from you. So check it out, Marth Valesi by EPHK. All right, and finally, this book, I'm so excited to talk about this book. It's a book called 1-800-GHOSTS. If you kind of follow the sort of the small press area or the more like comics journal side of comics, you may have heard about this book. They did a little article on it, which clued me into it. It's a book by G. Davis Cathcart. I believe you can only buy this book on G. Davis Cathcart's website, so I'll definitely put a link to that in the description below. The art's wonderful. This is another risograph printed book, mini comic, so again, you see the smaller format. It is about a group of time travelers that travel forward in time to steal Michael Jackson's Thriller. And I don't want to say too much more than that. They're trying to steal it to prevent Michael Jackson from becoming terrible later, to prevent him from becoming powerful and terrible later. So that's kind of the premise. I just thought that was such a crazy premise and such a fascinating one. But also the artwork is just so unique. It's sort of a mix of, I would say, like Adventure Time and Chris Ware. You can kind of see the characters have these interesting big heads and Popeye arms, as they say in the Comics Journal review of this. Ended up on quite a few critics that are more in the sort of indie side of books. It ended up on some of their top 10 lists, so maybe you have heard of this. But if not, check it out. Again, you may have to buy it directly from G. Davis Cathcart. It may be carried in some places like Wigshop, Web Shop, or Quimby's, some of those online indie distributors. But yeah, support small press cartoonists like G. Davis Cathcart here, and check out 1-800-GHOSTS. All right, well, hope you enjoyed that. Again, these are the 3 books you may have missed in 2021. I'll have links below with all the info for you. And yeah, thanks for checking out my channel. I'm going to try and keep the content going, and it'll keep improving as I learn more about this. And go read some comics.